Salut, c'est Madame Hennessy. Aujourd'hui, nous sommes jeudi le 21 mai 2020. And this is it. This is the final day of e-learning. So some people will be turning things in still tomorrow. But this is really your last day of middle school. So that's a thing that, I don't know, I'm never prepared for it in a year. So I just figured we can take a little trip down memory lane together. There are a lot of things that I love about teaching 8th graders specifically. And one of the biggest things is the opportunity to watch you guys grow and develop from middle schoolers into high schoolers. So just like think back to the first day of the school year when you walked into the room and I was introducing myself in French and not speaking any English, and everyone was kind of in panic mode. And then we went through the school year and you guys developed so many skills with the French language that, like, just a few months later, I was able to tell you an entire story all in French, no clarification in English, and you're like, oh yeah, this disobedient little girl isn't taking her vitamins, of course. So just like thinking about how much you guys have learned how to do in this 1 year, and then how much more you're going to be able to learn moving forward, I think is so cool, and it makes me really proud of you guys. So I'm also just going to talk about a few of my favorite things that we've done this year, because, I mean, that's the final assignment that you guys have for today, the little flip grid going down memory lane. Overall, this year has been a year full of firsts for me. This was my first year doing my current style of teaching, which is comprehensible input. So it was the first year having the word wall in the room, having a free choice reading library, having the calendars on the wall to do the calendar talk, doing picture talk about the family, creating class stories, acting things out, like all of it. Oh, the walk and talk. Yeah, all of that was brand new to me this year. So it was really fun to get to try that out for the first time with you guys specifically. You guys just made it so fun and impactful. So I'm just going to go through class period by class period of some of my favorite things that we did together this year. So starting with the beginning of the day with first period. So I loved that it was such a small class that we got to like actually get to know each other so well within that classroom. I love the spirit that you guys brought to things. So like, I think it was Thomas, Piper, and maybe also Jackson that were doing the little demo at the front of the room of what should our desks look like. And then, like, even from the beginning of the year, the cool things that you guys were able to do, like our little story about Benoit on the train, and like the horse named Maman, or was it the penguin? I don't remember which animal was named Maman, but like, it was so ridiculous to be able to come up with a story like that from the beginning of the year. Second period, you guys are a glorious bunch of weirdos, and I love it. So like, with you guys, even the picture and the picture talk and calendar talk and like weekend talk turned into such wacky adventures with you guys. And surprising number of animals coming into play in those stories. Trying to think what else. There there was one day when we were acting out a story, and I never expected that someone would play the role of a cafe during a skit, but you guys pulled it off like no one else could. Okay, then third period, we definitely went through some stuff. Like, Talk About Your Feelings Day was intense with that group and really awesome. And the fact that like Gia would make suggestions such as, can we go for a walk? And that became like the lesson plan for the rest of the day. That, okay, we're gonna go walk around the building and do a walk and talk. And like that was the thing that happened. That was the class that came up with the marriage of Thanos. That was so much fun. And then next is sixth period. You guys had the most fun passwords out of anybody. And had the most spirited games of word chunk. Oh my goodness. I didn't know that it could get that competitive and that ridiculous and wacky and fun. And we learned so many things, like that the moon doesn't exist. And then seventh period, it was amazing to end the day with that group. An intensely bright group. I remember the way that you guys analyzed the song Défilé, or even Je veux tes yeux. Like, that was so early on in the year, and you guys went so in depth with your analysis of those lyrics. And then also creating your own class stories and extra one-word images. So when we had Kaylin and her hérisson, and like acting things out. So when Allison played the role of the football being tossed in outer space, like, you guys have just created so many wonderful memories for me this year. And I am so proud of you all for all of the work that you've done in the classroom independently since you've been at home during this most absolutely ridiculous of years to have ever happened in the world of education. Because like, it's hard to do e-learning alone at home, and it's extra hard to try and figure out world language stuff on your own at home. So like, the fact that you guys were able to stick through it and continue learning things all the way through, it is absolutely amazing. I'm really gonna miss you guys. And I really wish that we could have had this final day in the classroom together to like reminisce together in the same place, do yearbook signings and give farewell hugs and all that stuff. So I can just send you hugs from afar, virtual video hugs here. But like, I don't cease to exist next year. So feel free to continue emailing me next year. Like, just because I'm not actively your teacher anymore doesn't mean that I've stopped caring. So you can continue emailing me. You can follow along with what I post on the class Instagram. So it's at HENNEMME. I should know my own Instagram handle. Hold on. Oh, you guys are also the here that talked me into doing Insta. Okay, Hennessy MME. So Hennessy Madame. So HENNESSYMME. Instagram, and then on Twitter, MMEHENN. Next week I'm gonna find out whether I'm having a baby boy or a girl. I'll post that on the class Instagram and Twitter, so you guys can get that news. And then in October, I'm gonna have a baby. There'll be pictures posted there at that time as well. But I wish you guys the best of luck moving forward. I hope you have an amazing summer and that you continue staying safe during this crazy pandemic thing happening all over the world. I wish you guys success moving forward into high school and whatever comes afterwards for you. Um, yeah. Love you. I miss you. I'm proud of you. Au revoir.